Hey Brick Bloggeteers, Will here, and before I get into the set we're going to talk about, I do want to bring up what I am going to talk about is the Lego art sets. They come with a new brick separator. So here's a traditional brick separator that's only 2 wide, but the new one that comes in here doesn't have the axle push pin. It has 4 studs, so on top and on bottom, and then it has a much wider space for removing tiles, or in the case of a mosaic, the 1x1 round plates have a nice lip that this fits under really nicely. Of course, as you're pushing all those up, you're going to have to grab them all up and resort them by color. So the set we're going to actually look at is set 31199, the Marvel Studios Iron Man. And I built the basic Iron Man head. So you have 3 options straight out of the box with what's in there. You have this Iron Man, which is the first Iron Man that you see in the Marvel films. There's the last Iron Man that you see in Marvel in-game. It has just slight changes to a few colors, a bit of the shaping of the head. But for the most part, it also looks very similar to this. And then you also have the Hulkbuster option. And if you have 3 copies of the set, you can of course make a much larger image of Iron Man who's doing one of his unibeam blasts from his hand. So this is a lot of tiny little 1x1 plates. Down in this bottom corner, you actually have a choice of continuing the mosaic look and putting 8 studs here, or putting a plate and then the tile that has the saying of Iron Man in there as, well, more options. So this set comes with a whole ton of options. Very nice in how that's all done. And of course, you also build the whole frame. Now, if you're wanting to get a really good sense of just how large this is, because you don't necessarily know how big I am, because I'm kind of a small guy, this canvas is the same as one of the large gray base plates. So, as you can see, it fits right in there because it's the exact same dimensions. What you have are 3 large canvas tiles, and we can actually see them on the backs. This is being the center, and the reason why there's these 2x2 plates in the center of these canvas is so that when it rests against the wall, it doesn't create extra little gaps that if you accidentally push on the center of the mosaic, it pushes in and starts separating things. You also got these nice pieces up here, which are the hooks for when you want to hang something on the wall. They're just Technic pieces that fit up into the what I call these canvas panels. And so they fit really nicely together. They're very thick. You build the frame around the entire thing, so the overall dimensions come closer to in between 15 and 16 inches. And thanks to all that, it's a very, very stable design. The problem was most mosaics were built on base plates, and then you have this kind of wobbling effect, and that made all the plates separate off of the canvas that you're working with. So some people would put backings on them. There was never really a great concept. I feel that this whole system that they're working with here is just very, very sturdy. And one thing that I really like about it is, again, they're black. So what happens is the 1x1 plates, there's tiny little holes in there that shows through, and what that provides is contrast. So your colors really pop on a black background. Now I'm hoping that they do more colors, like maybe a white panel, or experiment with that a little bit more to see what happens artistically. But this does feel like a real piece of art, and that $120 price point isn't bad for what you get here. Of course, I do hope that they do go on sale, because this also makes a fantastic part piece. You have 15 different colors just in this set alone, and that's just for these 1x1 rounds. I think there's like one color that you don't use at all, and maybe one other color that you might use just a very, very little of. So that's nice. You have plenty of leftovers. But overall, this is a fantastic set. Set 31199, Marvel Studios Iron Man.